Eyes.
Down.
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Om Purnamada Purnamida Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha
Tinky, tinky, tinky. Excuse me, little tinky, tinky.
Perfect timing. Look at that. 5:30. We're still missing, let me pause this. Still missing a few people. So I'm just going to give it a minute, maybe two. We are going to start in Shavasana pose if you, or I'm sorry, child's pose. If you want to go ahead and get started, you can. But let's just give it till like 5:32. So we'll give it about one more minute. Alrighty, I need a water. All right, 5:32 it is. All right, guys, so let's get started in child's pose and look at that. Everybody's here. Just that one extra minute. And let me just confirm. So if child's pose is uncomfortable for you, and that might sound funny to some people, it's very uncomfortable for me. It hurts my hip flexors. You can lie flat on your stomach, or you can start in a seated position, because from child's pose, we are going to move into an easy seated pose. So those are your options. Actually, your options are limitless. You know this. It's your class. You do what you want. I'm just here to guide you. And then let's just do what we do, right? Settle in. You know, the days are running together, but I know you guys are experiencing the same thing that I am. Some days are okay and even good, you know, and some days are just really hard. And it doesn't have to be the isolated situation that's occurring in front of us. It's the collective energy of our current situation. So just be gentle with yourself, you know, breathe. Remember that it's all okay. We can do this. We are doing this. So let's just leave the day. Let's leave it at the door or in the house. I don't know. Let's get it out of the house either. Let's just get it away. Leave it out. Whether, even if it was a good day, let's just let it go. Let's let our evening go. Any expectations of the evening, any expectations of you in this moment, in this practice, just let it go. Really try to just be. No, it's not, it sounds like you can just do it, but it takes awareness. It's a practice. It's a discipline. And the beauty of yoga is we get to practice that discipline every time we come to the mat while strengthening the body and creating flexibility throughout, right? So lots of yummy benefits. So just notice where the tension is in the body today. Again, we know our problem areas are our shoulders, our jaw specifically. So see if you can just stick the tongue out here. Get all that tension out of the tongue, the cheeks, the lips. And then notice energy, right? How you feel energetically. Believe it or not, emotions drain our energy. They use up some of the energy. We wake up with a certain amount of energy and we start to give it out. As soon as we wake up, we start to dish out where we direct our energy, to our jobs, to our family, to our pets. And I talk about this a lot. If we don't take the time to refill, to replenish, we feel stressed, frustrated. So take this time right now over the next 75 minutes to refill your cup. Let all the stress and the noise and the chaos go. It'll still be there when you get done with class. So pick your mantra right here, right now. What can help you focus? What can help you practice yoga? Because the practice of yoga is what? It's a state of concentration. It's slowing the fluctuations of the mind to be where you are, whether it's a good space, a bad space, a hard space, a challenging space, a sad space. You're there. You're showing up. So maybe your mantra is just, I am. I am here, I am strength, I am light, I am love. I am an amazing unicorn full of superpowers of patience and trust and authenticity. You know, be playful with it, have fun with it. But own it, right? Say your intention, your Sankopa with conviction. Like it's already happening because it is. You've already put it out into the ethers. The universe and God, source, whatever you call it, is already working in cahoots with you to align with that desire or that intention. And now let's come into the breath. So let's exhale all the air out of our lungs. Take a deep inhale through the nose for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now send the breath to the areas that are tense and tight. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin to walk the hands over to the right as you're inhaling. 5, 4, 3. Take the right hand, wrap it behind you. Take the left ear to the mat. Press through the left side, the left armpit, and breathe. 2 breaths. Developing the rhythm of the breath. For you, it's individualized. Again, inhale. Exhale. Let the right hand join the left, come through the center and move over to the other side. Now, if you have a playlist or you're gonna play the one I sent, don't start it quite yet. 2 breaths here. Inhale, inflating through the belly, expanding. And then as you exhale, feel the belly, feel the body just kind of sink into the earth and get a deeper stretch or surrender. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand's going to join the right, come back through the center, slither forward for puppy pose. So drop the chest down and lift the butt up, puppy pose. Maybe there's space between your chest and the mat. That's totally fine. Maybe the chin is all the way down. Maybe that's too intense and you bring the forehead to the mat. 3 breaths. Inhale. Remember, acknowledge the intensity level and don't go to a space that's so intense that you can't be with it, right? 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Sit back through child's pose and then just lift up for saddle pose. So the butt will meet the heels just like I am. Knees will come together. Neutralize that pelvic area. So tailbone will come down, the hip points will come up. All right. Bring the palms facing up on the top of the legs. Bring the thumb and the index finger together. Close the eyes. All right, let's exhale it out. And then inhale. 5 breaths here. Exhale. See if you can cultivate the stillness, not just physically, but can you start to practice yoga? Inhale. Slow the fluctuations of the mind. The easiest tool, exhale, is to concentrate on something. The breath is a great thing to concentrate on. Again, inhale. Exhale. Relax the shoulders, the jaw. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice strong belly. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you have the playlist, go ahead and start it. I'm going to have you guys started, I think, on the second song. Everybody else, take the left fingers underneath the left shin. Yeah, start it on the first song. So left fingers under left shin, and then the opposite hand comes up. So right hand will lift. We're just going to take a little neck stretch. So you can join us once you get your playlist going. Knit your ribs in, tailbone roots down. Make sure that core is strong so the spine is long and safe. 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, drop that chin down towards that right clavicle, giving a stretch to the back of the neck, but keep the integrity in the spine. Try not to stick the chest and the booty out here. One more breath. And exhale. And then go ahead and release that ear, release the left hand, and switch it up. Right hand under the right shin, opposite arm, left arm cuts out. Bring that ear down towards the shoulders. Now I naturally just sink into my back. So try again, neutralize the air. You can probably see that even from the frontal view. Knitting the ribs, drawing the navel back, tailbone presses down. It's a great practice to bring into any seated position. So when you're driving, when you're sitting at your desk, if you have a desk anymore, anytime you're sitting, try to neutralize the pelvic area. And if you are at a desk, I encourage you to get a yoga ball, like a big yoga ball as your chair. It forces you to engage the core. So drop the chin down towards the opposite clavicle again. Breathe. Stay nice and long through the spine. Chin is tucked, belly in. One more breath. Go ahead and release and just roll the head from side to side. And if you're comfortable, take a full roll with the head and the neck, dropping it all the way back, moving with integrity. And then come into the other side, reverse that rotation. Beautiful. All right, let's move. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. As you exhale, draw it through to heart center, bring the hands out in front, downward facing dog. First downward dog for some, but for some of you, you were in this morning's class, I saw you. So spread the fingers wide, flatten them out, and then we're aiming to get the heels down towards the mat. It does not matter if they touch, it does not matter if the legs are bent. You do you, you honor your body and where you are. As you inhale, come up high on the toes. As you exhale, drop the heels over to the right. As you inhale again, high on the toes, drop the heels over to the left. Inhale again, high on the toes, bend the knees as if you were to hover, child's pose. This is gonna be good with my words today. So hovering the knees, arms are strong and straight. Breathe, one more breath. And then downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, let's look between the hands. As you exhale, tiptoe the feet to meet the hands, coming into forward fold. Interlacing hands behind the back. Again, remember, bend your legs if you need to. Let's not force and stretch our hamstrings unless they're ready to be stretched to that degree. Relax your head. Forehead towards shin. Shoulders down away from the ears. Pressing through the shoulders, the scapulas. One more breath. Release the hands to the mat. Let's roll up nice and slow. So vertebrae by vertebrae. Continue the arms up overhead. Look up at the hands. And then exhale, draw up through the heart center. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step the left foot back, right dragon pose. So walk the foot out to the edge of the mat. So I know a variation of this is to let the knee fall out and to kind of lean onto the pinky side. See if you can square it off a little more. The next variation of this is the leg comes like a backpack around the shoulder. So not out like this, right? Press through the big toe. Then see if you can go down. You'll immediately feel it. It's a much deeper expression. You're gonna feel it in that adductor and even the groin area a little bit. So if you want to lift the back knee up, you can, but it's much more intense. Keep rooting through the back knee. And if this is too intense for you, back out of it, okay? 2 more breaths. One more breath. Come up onto the hands. Heel toe that foot in, straighten the front leg, fold over it. Half monkey, half splits. So rooting through the big toe of that front foot, reaching the chin towards the shin, and maybe you're dropping the forehead down towards the shin. One more inhale here. Exhale, let it go. And then inhale, rebend the front leg. Let's come right into it, high plank pose. So shoulders are stacked on top of the wrists. You always have the option to drop the knees. If you're up, you're high on the toes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press the mat away so the scapulas are protracting here. They're separating here. Gaze is forward, neck extends through the spine. One more deep inhale. Now as you exhale, let's all tap our knees down to the mat, shift forward, chest, chin. Release all the way down to the belly, tops of the feet to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Roll the shoulders down, away from the ears. Squeeze those elbows together. Slight engagement of the glutes. Let's remove the hands and see if we can stay lifted. Beautiful. Release down. Right ear comes to the mat. Take a breath. Let it go. So one more cobra or maybe full up dog. Tops of the feet and the hands touch the mat. When you're here though, lift up through the quads by pressing the feet into the mat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Chins parallel to the earth. One more breath. And then as you exhale, tapping the knees down, curling the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step or hop the feet to meet the hands, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Roll up again a little bit quicker, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head arrives, continue the arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, draw it in, heart center. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step the right foot back, dragon pose on the left. So again, see if you can root through the big toe of the front foot. Back knee can stay down, or you can begin to lift it up. Maybe coming down to the elbows. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Bring the hands back to the mat. Heel toe the foot in again, high plank pose. Come up high on the toes. Let's drop the heels over to the right. And then back through center, high, high, high. Drop the heels over to the left. And then inhale again, back through the center. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga dandasana, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Let it go. Inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step or hop, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, flat back, come up. Nice big breath. Exhale, draw it through to heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop it back, high to low plank, moving into sun salad. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, step or hop. If you're hopping, think butt up, right? Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up, big breath in. Exhale, draw it in, heart center. So we got 3 more back to back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, step or hop it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving on. Inhale, look between the hands. Step, hop, or float. Again, think butt up. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Full stacking. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, into heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. We got 2 more here. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop it back, high to low plank. Knee stretch chin, always an option. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, or maybe even tabletop. Inhale again, look between the hands. Last one, let's finish strong. Use that breath. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up. Heart center. Maybe close the eyes this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop it back, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's move on. Right leg comes high. Inhale. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Inhale, high. Right knee to the left tricep. Stay strong in that right arm. Straighten that leg out, follow the triangle. Left arm comes up and around. Take a breath in. Inhale. As you exhale, left hand down, 3 dog split. Right leg high. Again, knee to nose. Inhale up. Right knee to the right tricep. Shift forward. Drop it down to the wrist. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back up high. Nice job, guys. Exhale, bring it through. Warrior 2. All right, so getting off our hands for a minute. Back foot parallel to the small of the mat. Front toes and knee at 12 o'clock. Make sure you can see the big toe. Energetically scoot the heels towards one another so you activate the inside muscles of the legs. And then lift up and out. Extend through the arms, gazes over the front fingers. Deep breath. Exhale, settle. Reverse the warrior. Back hand towards the back leg. Nice side angle. Forearm to thigh. Your hand comes all the way down. Hand in the air. Extend forward. Palm faces down. Move through that. Reverse the warrior. The legs don't move. Exhale, side angle. One more time. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle. Warrior 2. Reverse. Straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. Hinge forward. So that should feel nice on the front leg. Pull the shoulders back as you press the hips forward. Neutralizing again this pelvic area. So we don't want to arch our back. Knit the ribs in. Draw the navel back. Press through the big toe of your front foot. Round through the back heel. and breathe. One more breath. All right, both hands come down to the mat, fold over the front leg, standing split, coming into our balance pretty quick in the class. So trust yourself to lean into the toes. The hip open is a little bit easier, the hip square is a little bit more challenging. One more breath. And then tap the back for a crescent lunge. Back heel stays lifted, everything square towards the front of the room. Always have the option to drop the back knee like so. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Again, draw that navel in as the tailbone presses down. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, heart center, and then twist. Shift forward. Let the elbow hook on the outer edge of the right knee. You're high on the back toes. Press the palms into one another, bringing them back to heart center. Maybe take the drishti up. One more breath. Open up, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. And then triangle pose again, round two. Pull the shoulders back, press the hips forward, breathe. Hand that's in the air, bring it down, shorten the stance. Pyramid pose, both toes facing the front, pull the front hip back. And maybe the chin towards the shin, or maybe you're tucking the chin, bringing the forehead down. Everybody, if you'd like, interlace the hands behind the back. If that's too much for you today, keep the hands on the mat for support. Relax your head though, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Root through both heels. One more breath. Release the hands, fly it forward, half move. So the leg that's in the air, try to keep it in line with the hip. Even if you feel like you're cocking it forward a little bit, it's gonna help balance versus it flying behind, right? Take the gaze up if the balance is pretty secure. Root through the big toe of the front foot, the standing foot. One more breath. Fold forward at the top of the mat. Grab opposite elbows this time. Shake the head yes. And no. And yes, 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 yes. I can, I will, I am. Interlace the hands behind the back. Switch up the grip. Straighten the arms. Try to fold the body in half, bringing the forehead towards the shins. Again, one more breath. Release the hands towards the earth. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up. Nice big breath. Take it back. Draw it in, heart center. Inhale, chair pose, sit down. Neutralize that pelvic floor. So tailbone down, the hip points come up. Knit everything in. Weights in the heels. So see if you can wiggle those toes a little bit. And then if the hands are bothering you up, just take them to heart center. Sit down a little bit lower. Let's pulse because we can. 8, breathe. 7, 6, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find stillness, close the eyes, ignite that third eye, breathe into it. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath here, in through the nose. Out through the nose. One more, inhale. And exhale. All right, left leg high, let me switch sides. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Again, inhale, high. Left knee to the opposite tricep. So stay strong in that left arm. Fall in triangle, straighten that leg out, right arm comes up and around, take a breath in, inhale. As you exhale, right hand down, left leg high, 3-dog split. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Left knee, left tricep, same tricep, think plank. Drop it down to the wrist, hold it. 3, 2, 1, inhale. Bring it through, warrior two. Foot drops between the hands, rise on up. So again, you want to just check safety is that the front knee is stacked on the ankle. You don't want to be back too far, but you also don't want to be too far over, right? Keep that stacking momentum. Energetically scoop the heels towards one another and then lift up and out. Just see over the front fingers, take a breath. Reverse the warrior. And then side angle, forearm to thigh, the hand comes all the way down. Good, reverse the warrior. Side angle, forearm to thigh, or hand to the mat. One more time, reverse the warrior. Warrior two. Go a little deeper, find your fire, find your breath, reverse. Now straighten that front leg. Woo-hoo. Triangle pose, hinge forward, release the hand down. Pull the shoulders back, press the hip forward. But you have to root through both of your, think of tree roots, both of your feet right now are your roots. So press through the big toe of the front foot and root through the back heel. It ignites and activates the legs, which separates the hips and creates strength, flexibility.
One more breath. Lengthen, 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 knit the ribs, draw that navel in. Both hands come down to the mat. Standing split, fold over that front leg. So again, standing split, the hip is open. Standing needle, the hip is square, okay? Breathe, one more breath. And then let's tap that back foot down for crescent lunge. See if they're gonna stop. All right, you drop that back knee down if you need to. But again, we want to make sure the front knee is stacked. So look at your camera. You can see if you've got a side view. Deep inhale, lengthen nice and long. Exhale, draw it through to heart center and take a twist. Come high on the back toes. It allows you to shift forward. Then try to bring the hands, heart center, back to the heart. Lengthen, one more breath. And then open up warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Straighten the front leg, hinge back. Triangle, round two. Pull the shoulders back, press the hips forward, draw the navel back and in. One more breath. Taking half moon this time. Bend that front leg, shift forward. So again, keep that ankle foot in line with the hip. Try not to allow it to fall back. Then press through the big toe of the standing foot. It's the foundation. Engage your belly. One more breath. Fold forward at the top of the mat. This time, bend the legs as much as you need to so you can step on the hands. You can all do it. Bend the legs. It doesn't matter how exaggerated it is. Get the toes to the crease of the wrist. Then relax your head. The chest can be resting on the legs as much as you need. The stomach, the belly, whatever. If you want more, you start to straighten the legs, fold in half, elbows display opposite of one another. One more breath. Go ahead and release the hands. Let's just roll up nice and slow. Continue the arms up overhead. Look up. Exhale, heart center. Just take a breath here. Close the eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Sit down. So again, let's neutralize the pelvic area. Tailbone down, hip points come up. Heart center, take a twist. Left elbow to the right knee. If you want to take your side crow, feel free to take it. You have 3 breaths. If you're working just the side chair, drop the booty down, pull the opposite head back, and try to get the hands back to heart center. 2 more breaths. Knit the belly in. If you're taking side crow, just start to make your way back up. Nice job. I see you guys. Chair pose. You got this. Close the eyes. Come back to that intention. That's what matters. 1 breath. Exhale, stand tall. Inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Again, heart center, twist to the other side. If you took side crow there, take it here. Drop the booty down, pull the opposite hip back and breathe. 2 breaths. Relax your face, smile. 1 breath. Back through chair, chair, chair. 2 breaths, close the eyes, relax your face. 1 more. Stand tall, just take a breath. Inhale, chair pose. Right leg's gonna root, left leg extends behind for warrior 3. Keep the hips level. So take your hands to your butt right now and see if that left hip is higher. Spiral the inner thighs together. Slight up dog chest, knitting the ribs, drawing the navel back. Maybe flying the arms forward. Revolve half moon. Left hand comes down, extend through the spine and twist, open up. Reaching the heel and the crown of the head in a straight line, opposite direction. Reaching the bottom hand and the top hand in a straight line, opposite directions. Release the back foot down, revolve triangle. Same pose, just more supportive. Again, lengthen. Press through the big toe of the front foot. Ground through the back heel of the back foot. Snap the fingers. Rotate wrists. Reverse it. And then hand that's in the air is going to be pyramid pose. Open up, wide-legged forward fold. Left hand under the chest, right hand comes high, twist through the spine. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale. Switch it out, right hand down, left hand high. Again, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Deep inhale. And exhale. This time, opposite hands, grab opposite legs. So you're crisscrossing. It doesn't matter which one's in front, just take note. So if the legs are too far apart, shorten them. And it can be the knees, the legs can be bent. Maybe you can grab for the heels, the ankles, and fold. Bring the forehead into the arms, get a nice stretch through the entire shoulder joint. Shift a little more weight into the toes, stretching through the back hamstrings, 2 breaths. 1 breath. And then switch what arm is in front. Ooh, all right, relax the head, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Again, rock the weight into the toes, 2 more breaths. Display through the heels, so press through the pinky side blades of the feet. 1 more breath. And go ahead and release, tuck the heels in, come into Molasana Yogi Squat. You might have to shorten the stance just a little. Bring the hands out in front. We're gonna lift up and down, up and down. So you don't wanna come too high, right? Stay in this little happy spot or the fire spot. So we got 8, up, down, up, down, up, down. There's 4. We're halfway for 3, woo, for 2. For 1, right into yogi squat, sit down, close the eyes, 3 breaths, you can do this. Roll through the pinky side blades of the feet, press the knees out, relax the face, 2. 1. Hands to the mat, straighten the legs. Walk the hands towards the front, warrior 3, we were just here. That's where we started from, right? And then coming up to standing stack. Hands to the hips, or they reach up. You can grab the knee or hook the 2-piece finger on the big toe. Try to sit up tall, not lean back. Right? Sit up tall. Extend the leg out. Pull the hip back. Pull the shoulder back. When you're ready, bring it out to the side. So find your drishti if you want, opposite direction of the foot. If you fall, you guys come back up. Have some fun with yourself. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Left leg drops over the right for eagle pose. Right arm comes under the left. Sit down. I have mine kickstanding. That means my left toes are on the mat. If you want to hook it behind, that's fine, but try not to bring it out of center. So bring the knees and the hips back into alignment. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Tailbone roots down, hip points come up. Reach the elbows, the fingers up, up, up. And then draw the fingers back down towards the face. And then release, Tadasana pose. Keep the right leg rooted. Take a breath. Chair pose, sit down. Root through the left leg, extend back, warrior 3. Take your time, slide up dog chest, knitting the ribs. Hands to the butt, notice where the right hip is. If it's up, spiral that inner thigh inward, right? Draw the navel in, maybe bring the arms out. All right, right hand comes down, revolve, Pravita Ardha Chandasana. Extend the heel on the crown of the head, same line, opposite direction. Extend the bottom hand and that top hand, opposite direction, straight line. Squeeze those inner thighs together. 1 more breath, lift the leg a little higher, and then revolve triangle, release the back foot down. Again, squeeze the inner thighs together, press through the big toe, root through the back heel. Snap the left fingers. Rotate the wrist, reverse. Both hands come down, wide-legged forward fold, option to invert. So if you would like to invert, feel free. If not, walk the hands through the feet. Now we tend to sit in our heels. So rock into the toes, start to lift the tailbone up and draw the torso through the legs, tuck your chin. You have 3 more breaths. Keep shifting the weight into the toes, keep breathing. If you're flying, hug the elbows in, draw the navel in, squeeze the inner thighs. 2 more. 1 more. If you're up, come down. This time we're gonna bring our hands to our hips. I want you to squeeze the inner thighs together. So like you're trying to bring the heels together. From there, lift up. It protects the lower back, okay? Tuck the heels in, bring the arms out, goddess pose. We're here, smile about it, we love it. Let's pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, draw the elbows back. 3, 2, stay low for 8. Mula Bandha in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold forward. Nice job, guys. Walk it towards the front foot, the left foot, that is warrior 3. Second time here on this side. If you wibble or wobble or fall over, come back up, smile, laugh. Get jiggy with it. All right, come on up, standing staff. Hands to the hips or hands up. Leg bent or here. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready, hook the big toe or grab the knee, extended hand to big toe. Pull the shoulder back, pull the hip back, lengthen up versus back. And then extend it out to the side. Maybe you take just the opposite direction. Point the toes that are in the air. One more breath. Back through center, eagle. Right leg drops over left. Left arm comes under right. Sit down. Keep the hips and the knees in the same plane, squared off, facing the front. Lift the fingers up, maybe look up. Squeeze the thighs together. And then pull the hands back down towards the face. One more breath, deep inhale. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. Keep that left leg rooted. Take a breath. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up. Dog or high plank, high plank, low plank. Again, high plank, low plank, high plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog, child's pose. 2 breaths. Forehead down, take a breath in through the nose, out through the nose. One more, inhale, and exhale. Downward facing dog. So from here, let's take our elbows down to the mat for dolphin pose. Now, ideally, if you have a block, let's place the block between the thumb and the index on the mat, so you have parallel lines. Now, that restricts a lot of people from doing the pose. So if that's unavailable, the shoulders are too tight, interlace the hands. The sun is kind of, so you would interlace the hands like this on the mat. And then lift the hips up, walk the feet closer. So the first thing you want to see are your shoulders and your elbows stacked on top of one another. And then from there, you want to really create the space between the head and the mat. This is your building block. It's a fundamental pose to get upside down. And then just tuck your chin so you can look back towards the legs. Walk the feet a little bit closer. Keep pressing the mat away. You have 2 more breaths. 1 more breath, keeping that space, keeping the stack. And then tap the knees down, camel pose. So hands come to the small of the back. If so, you're squeezing the elbows towards one another. Or reach behind for the heels. So if you're reaching behind for the heels, keep the hips stacked on top of the knees. And then press through the inside seams of the knee as you open up through the heart. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Breathe. 2 more. 1 more. Just sit down for saddle pose. The butt meets the heels. Close the eyes. Let the palms face down. Take a breath. Let it go. And then inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay straight in the spine. So inhale back through center. Twist to the other side. 2 more. Inhale up. Twist to the right. Good. Inhale center. Twist to the left. And then inhale through the center. Exhale, heart center. 1 breath here. Let it all go. Camel, last and final one. Come on up. So hands again, either into the small of the back, squeezing the elbows towards one another, or reaching behind for the heels. Pressing the hips forward, opening up. Take a couple breaths. So be careful of dropping the head all the way back. So you have to kind of crank it around to lift it up. It's too much pressure on the upper spine. So neutral, engagement of the neck. 1 more breath. And then slowly come up, separate the feet, sit down in between, grab your prop, whatever you've been using this week. Pillows, props, animals, kids, whoever. 3 breaths, that's it. So we'll do it again if you are gonna take half of this, right? Take half of it now and then we'll do it again for round 2. So deep inhale. Let it go, exhale, relax the shoulders and the jaw. Again, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands out in front, dolphin round 2. So you guys can do this, push yourself. If it's too deep, bend your legs a little bit, back out of the stacking a little. But if you're ready for the stacking, here it is, lift the leg. And then switch, lift the other leg. And then both legs back down. If you want to take pincha, go ahead and come up forearm balance or try it. Use a wall if you'd like. I don't suggest a wall. Why? Because then you have to relearn it without the wall. The wall becomes your safety blanket. We want to get rid of it. You want you to be your safety blanket. Have trust in yourself. That's what this practice does. And then again, child's pose. Knees together, wrap the hands behind you this time. Let the shoulders wrap. And then we'll grab the ankles, or the heels, excuse me, and start to lift the butt up as the forehead comes towards the mat for rabbit pose. So trying to bend the body, complete opposite than what we just did for our camel pose. So one more breath. And again, releasing that, coming up, hero, round two. So if you took it halfway, now you're gonna come into the other side. Go ahead and take a couple breaths to get settled. And then 3 breaths. You guys are almost settled. So just relax the shoulders, the jaw. Deep inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the jaw. 1 more. Let it go. Hands out in front, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step and hop. And again, if you're thinking, it's fun in this home practice because we can practice our hops, forward, back. We can practice handstands, we can practice headstand, because if we fall, we're not gonna be so embarrassed, right? So get the shoulders stacked and just see if you can kick the butt, think the butt up, right? Just trying to stack the whole body, okay? And then fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Keep practicing and you get better, I promise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Nice big breath. Exhale, draw it in. All right, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop it back, high to low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg, inhale it high. Exhale, bring it through for warrior 1. Back heel slightly pigeoned in, squaring off with the shoulders. Again, my front knee, look, it's stacked, right? Press through the pinky. So here I'm kind of dumping at my back leg and then pressing through the pinky side. You can see just a little lift, security, integrity. Deep inhale, look up. As you exhale, hands to the mat, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Nice. Exhale, bring it through, warrior 1. Back heel slightly in. Inhale, arms come up, square off the shoulder. Deep inhale, look up. As you exhale, hands to the mat, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank pose. Come onto the elbows for forearm plank. So no booties in the air. Drop them down. Shoulders past the elbows. You can tap the knees. 3 breaths. Breathe. Deep inhale. Squeeze the inner thighs. Protraction of the scapulas. They're separating in the back. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Forearm side plank. Forearm of the left comes in. Come on out. Either left. We're going to do both sides. Squeeze the belly. Squeeze the legs. Lift the hips. 1 more breath. Nice, guys. Switch to the other side. Stacking just like you do side plank, but we're using half of the arm. Lift the hips up, hands in the air, bring it forward. Back to your forearm plank for 3. Drop the booty down. You've got this, guys. 2. 1. Come back, high plank. Don't back out of it yet. This is the fire. 2 breaths. Even if your shoulders are burning, send it some oxygen. 1 more breath. Downward facing dog. Nice. Unplug the hands to meet the feet at the back of the mat. And go ahead and interlace those hands. Pulled into the body. Relax your head. Forehead towards chin. Slight engagement to the belly. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Releasing the hands. Walking it back out. High plank. Low plank, finishing off the vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Same thing. Shoulders are stacked. See if you can get the hips stacked. Butt up. Fold forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale up. Last time. Draw it in, heart center. One more time to repeat that intention. Take a breath in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Heel toe the feet out, sit down. Walk the hands behind you, come into a reverse plank or a reverse tabletop. I'll take reverse tabletop first. Lift up, right? So we're just trying to make it nice and straight so I can lift up a little more, tuck my belly in, and maybe my head drops back. You want to do plank? Great toes touch here, heels touch, and then try to bring the toes back to the mat as you lift up. And 3 breaths. You've got this, guys. Opening up the shoulders from a different rotation. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Sit down, bend the knees, wrap the arms, and just hug yourself. Deep inhale. And exhale. Low pose, go ahead and lift the feet up. If that's too much, feet can stay down or hands can come behind you. Try to keep the spine nice and long, so we don't want to round here. So inhale, boat. Exhale, low. Inhale, boat. Slow. Exhale, low. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low. Inhale, boat. Woo. Exhale, low. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low, 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 low. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And then feet are gonna come to the mat. 1 bridge, 1 wheel. You choose, we've got 2 rounds. So maybe you do 1 bridge and 1 wheel. Maybe you do 2 bridges, I don't care. Do one that you don't wanna do though. That's important. All right, root to rise, come on up. Close the eyes if you'd like to. Focus on that breath. Just try to release any of the thoughts or the stories or the opinions about what you're experiencing and just try to experience it. 2 more breaths. Press the heels, lift up with the hips. Relax your face, guys. 1 more breath. Bring it down. Just pause. Okay, take a breath. Try not to think about it. 1, 2, 3, up, up, up. Come on, bridge or wheel. Get on up without thinking, without hesitating. Just move the body. You'll naturally go where you need to be without the force. Just breathe. Hug the knees towards one another. Press through the big toes. Can we have 2 more breaths? Inhale, lift, lift, lift. 1 more breath. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Nice. Exhale, bring it down. This time we'll hug the knees into the chest. A rock side to side. Ooh. And then feet up. Now, because this is detox, it's more of an intense class, I suggest shoulder stand. Shoulder stand is the queen of all poses. It's phenomenal on the cardiovascular system, your lymphatic system, and also the respiratory system, because you really got to challenge that breath to move, right? So if that's just definitely a no-no for the practice, I honor that, and you'll be right here. But if you just don't want to do it, I encourage you to get out of that belief and do it anyway, right? The yogis say, whatever we resist the most is what we need the most. So rooting to rise, walk the hands up. You guys, listen, a very small percentage could be fully stacked. So don't aim to be that. Aim to be exactly where you are and honor that. Avoid looking at the computer right now. Stay looking up. Shit, close the eyes, actually. Move the chin away from the chest so you can breathe. Squeeze the inner thighs like there's a block between it. Good. Point the toes or flex the toes. You've got 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. Keep reaching up. Keep breathing deeply. 1 more breath. And then plow pose. The feet release behind. It doesn't matter if they touch. Mine are touching right now. That's okay. Who cares? Stay looking up or keeping the eyes closed. Maybe deaf man is in the practice. Maybe not. Knees come next to the ears. The shins towards the mat. 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. Come back into shoulder stand. You've got this, guys. Engage the belly. Knit the ribs in. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the thighs. Point the feet for 3. For 2. For 1. Slowly, slowly, with control of the arms, control of the core, lower the legs down. The legs come towards the mat, come up onto the knees for fish pose. Heart is the highest point, neck in line with the spine, open up through the gills. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Hug the knees into the chest. Happy baby. All right, so you can always grab the back of the knees. If you feel like you gotta lift the shoulders and the head off the mat, don't grab the legs, grab the knees so you can relax. You want to imprint, so like you're stamping the mat with your spine. That's all the way from the tailbone, pressing it down, pressing the small of the belly in by drawing the navel down the back. Tucking your chin by rooting the back of the head into the earth, stretching through the neck. Lots of opposition going, the body moving in opposite directions, creating integrity, strength, and stability. So pulling the knees down as you're pumping the heels up. 2 more breaths, that's it. 1 more breath. Can you straighten the right leg out to the degree that it goes without force or effort? Left leg stays bent in your half happy baby. Take a breath. And then switch it out. Take a breath. Both legs bent. Legs come up towards the ceiling. Right leg wraps over the left. And then drop the knees over to the left. Gaze is to the right. The more you look to the right, the deeper the neck stretch will be. And then twisting through the spine. Now, if being with eagle legs is too much, then just undo the eagle legs so the knees will be together. Okay, so you can choose. Just 2 more breaths here. Close the eyes. See if you can relax the jaw, the cheeks, the forehead, the brows. Excuse me, 1 more breath. And go ahead and release. Switch legs. Now, if you knew that eagle was too much, don't do the legs and just drop the knees over to the right. If so, left leg over right, knees to the right, gaze to the left. And breathe. No force. So don't try to force the knee and the shoulder down. The knees down and the shoulders lifted off. That's okay. One more breath. Slowly release, unravel the legs, let both legs go long, and then roll onto the stomach. So we've done a lot of shoulder stretching, both this way and this way. So I'm gonna let you choose for your shoulder stretch. I'll demonstrate if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but the one is to open the chest. It's a lot like when we interlace our hands behind the back. Right arm would come out directly to the side and you're gonna roll open. Now, if you want to stretch your delts and your scapulas more, you're going to bring the right arm through, maybe the left arm as well. Shift forward, surrender down. All right, so just 4 more breaths here. Relax your jaw. Most important thing on this is that you want your head supported on something. So grab your dog or your husband, or actually if you're mad at your husband, then grab a pillow. Not mad, but maybe annoyed. I think we're all getting annoyed with our families. Not necessarily because they're even here, though. It's a very frustrating time, folks. 1 more breath. And then let's switch it out. So if you cross the arms, cross them again, but switch which one is in front. And if you open the shoulders, take the other side out. And then when you're ready, surrender down. And it's 5 breaths. You know, one thing that doing yoga at home, it always reminds me or shows me like my floors need to be done, or my baseboards, or my fan. It can be distracting. And that's the one thing I am appreciating this is a whole nother level of distractions that we have to practice through and train through and burn through. Just like we did when we first started the studio. First yoga class, believe me, you were not still. You were looking around, you were fidgety, we all were. We all were in the same exact position at one point. And so it's the same here. We're learning a new level of concentration in a distracted room or distracted world. Better to say, right? 1 more breath. And then go ahead and release. Press back through child's pose, and we will take our Frog, Mandukasa. All of our favorites, right? I know Shannon loves it. I don't think Shannon's in class today. She was this morning, but some people love it. And if you don't love it, even better. That's why we should be doing it, because in yoga, we do the poses that we resist the most. It teaches us. All right, so knees come out as wide as they can. One thing you don't want to be a frog that's smushed, right? So you don't want the feet to be in. Keep the feet in line with the knees. So they're parallel lines. And then notice if you're really dumping in the lower back, right? Just see if you can neutralize. Draw that navel in. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, and just take a couple breaths. Not too long, there's no yin here. We're just working the hips. Working the concentration. So breathe, come back to that intention. Whatever can keep you here, present, in the moment, no matter what it is you're experiencing in the moment. The practice is to show up for it. You know, if we only got to pick and choose the spaces that we wanted to show up for in life, I mean, life would be pretty easy, pretty simple, but we wouldn't grow, we wouldn't learn anything. And that's what our soul is here on this planet doing, to learn its lessons, to develop the benevolent qualities of our heart, of our soul, to rid of the stressful qualities. So one more breath. And to be a person who serves the society, the planet, just by being who they are. By sharing their wisdom, their insights, their stories, their experiences, the way they handle things, their regrets, their flaws, their weaknesses, as well as all of their strengths. One more breath. Be proud of who you are. Slowly come on out. So slithering forward is the easiest way. My mat's really slippery, so I was able just to slide my knees in. And then just take a moment for the repose, whatever it is that you need. Side we got. Ooh, nice timing. All right, so let's come into a spinal twist seated first before we take pigeon. We'll cross the right leg over the left. Now, if this is uncomfortable with the bottom leg bent, you have the option to just keep it out. Right? So you can choose whatever's the most stable for you. And then we have our right leg bent, so the opposite hand is going to come up, the left hand. And then just wrap it around. Use the other hand to help you twist. Those of you that have super flexy spines, maybe you can start to take the bum. You can grab that strap or the dog's tail or toy or whatever. Lengthen nice and tall. As you exhale, just twist. So think as we twist our spine, we're keeping our young mobile, or keeping our spine mobile, we're just keeping our spine young. We quit getting fluid to our spine, I think around age 25 or 26. So movement is the only thing that continues to nourish the spinal cord. It's like the grand central station. Healthy spine, healthy body, healthy nerves, healthy limbs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And then just switch, but first do a little counter. A lot of times you get a little adjustment. And then other side. So maybe this side, the leg is out. Maybe the other side it wasn't. Don't compare it. We're not completely balanced and the same. That's why we practice. Right arm comes high, wrap it behind. Opposite hand comes behind to help you twist. Now I can bind on one side and I'm nowhere close on this side, and that's okay. So maybe if I really want to achieve that, then I start to twist here. Maybe every day, do this side more than I do the other side so I can find that balance, right? That moderation, that happy medium. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then again, release a little counter twist. Crack, 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 crack. And then take pigeon. So always option to take 90-90, which is your seated variation of pigeon. It's activating both hips. You can take lying on the belly pigeon, prone, or take supine lying on your back. And again, it's not yin, so if you want to take king or proud pigeon by grabbing the leg behind you, feel free to do that. And then once you get into the position, just settle.
scan the body just like you did at the beginning of class. Any tension, any tightness still existing in the body, begin to let it go. And notice what comes up in the mind. Remember, the practice of yoga is a mental state, right? It's a state of mind. It's where our mind dwells, where our thoughts dwell. And so it doesn't matter if we're brushing our teeth, if we're driving in the car, if we're practicing yoga. It's being aware when our mind is lost in thought, when we're stuck in the past or assumed with what is the unknown. It's a really hard thing for us human beings to be in a space of unknown. We want to know what's going on and we want to know what's going to happen. That's not how life works. So practice accepting. You know, like I mentioned at the beginning of class, some days I'm really good. Other days I'm really frustrated. And then that frustration quickly, which I've shared with almost all of you, my anger journey, right? It turns to anger. I get mad. And I don't know who I'm mad at because I have no one to blame. I don't know who to blame. So I try to work through that. I try to allow myself to feel it, but redirect it. Because anger is no good. And it's really not anger. That's just the way it's being projected, manifested. It's frustration. It's fear. It's sadness, you know, missing what was, scared of what will be. And all of these emotions, you know, I mentioned to somebody how subtle it was, and she kind of laughed and she said subtle. And I said, yeah, I know this situation happened bam overnight, but the feelings, the processing of what's happening, it's subtle. You know, my daughter, for the first time, broke down the other day once they canceled school. Our kids are affecting it. They don't know why. She was crying because she wanted to go outside, but she didn't want to go outside. And this was going on and on and on. And I finally said, what's really going on? And so we cried, and I gave her permission to feel what she wanted to feel and just to sit and release. And then we moved on. And kids are no different than us. So we're supposed to be taught to be strong, to not cry, to not feel. So slowly come up and come into the other side. You know, when you hold back the emotions, especially men, you know, you guys have less fluctuations of the emotions, you know, due to the hormonal differences. But when you don't express your feelings because you're scared or you don't want to be vulnerable or you were taught that that's weak, it causes sickness, it causes disease. And the yogis have been saying this for years. They have a term, it's called samskaras. It's emotional scarring that gets embedded in our tissues, in our meridians, and our nadis, our energy lines throughout our body. But now Harvard, Yale, all the leading universities that are studying the brain, they're realizing that our thoughts, our stress, our emotions that aren't being expressed are causing the sicknesses, causing the emotional blocks, the mental disease specifically. And it's not easy, but you can work through it with awareness, with discipline, with practice, with support. Find your support system. And maybe it's these yogis that are practicing every day with you. We have like-minded people, not that we all think the same, but we might be a little more open than the people out there surrounded by you or that you're surrounded by. I know for me that is. My support group are my yogis. Everybody else thinks I'm super weird. So let's take about 2 to 3 more breaths. Letting go of whatever it is you need to let go of. Give yourself that permission. Maybe it's shame, maybe it's guilt. You know, when we're reacting all the time and we're showing our shit, there's a lot of feelings that come with that. And like, damn, why can't we be better? We know better, you know, and there's this guilt that goes on and on and on. Let it go. You're human. Let it go. All right, slowly come up. Any last poses you would like to take? Feel free to take them now. I'm going to give you about a minute or a half. And then we'll lie on our backs. Then we'll take Shavasana. I was going to see if we have time to do some pranayama, but we'll do pranayama on our backs, which is, and as always, if you prefer to take Shavasana or the end of class seated, you can do that as well.
So last pose of your choice, that's what we're doing now. If there is anything that you want to do or you need or you feel imbalanced and you still need, go for it. Toe stretch we didn't do, those are yummy. Everybody loves those. Paschimottanasana, you guys know what that one is? I probably am not even saying it right. Seated forward fold. That's what Paschimottanasana is. All right, when you're finished, if you're in a side, you need to come into the other side. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths and then make your way onto your back. So if any of you are feeling like, okay, I'm done, maybe having that kind of conversation back and forth, just stay. It's 5 minutes. 5 minutes staying, cultivating stillness, releasing the shit that no longer serves you, cultivating the things that you need is going to be way more beneficial than 5 minutes rushing to go cook dinner or, where are we rushing to? There's nowhere to go. So just be here. Maybe the body is rushing, the energy is rushing. Come back into that state of concentration. They say if anybody's ever done meditation with me, I talk a lot about, this point of surrender, this point of release. And I was reading an article the other day, and I just did this by experience. I would meditate, and when I felt like, ooh, okay, first it's this tug of war, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna die, I gotta run. And then there's this sense of, okay, I've got this. And that minute is always around the 6 or 7 minute for me. And I've just read a study, actually I'll post it on our Hula page. And it said that meditation, you really got to get to at least 10 minutes because you don't even begin to surrender into it until minute 6, right? Because think about it, the moment you are taught to not move, what happens? Your whole body itches. It's not real, but the mind thinks it's real. And if you itch it, then you're giving into that. You're feeding that. That's going to grow. If you say quiet, no, I'm okay, I can do this, right? We do hard things. Eventually, sitting here, that disruption of I want to run goes away and you win. I kind of say it's like that tug of war. The ego, you want to back off, and the self, you want to win. So let's exhale all the air out. Take a deep inhale through the nose for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 5, 4. Notice how uncomfortable it is to hold the breath. Something that is meant to be let go. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold just for 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold for 10, 9. You can do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slow exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last hold for 8. You can do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Just let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now just allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Try not to manipulate the breath. The mind needs its focal point. Great time to repeat your intention. I am here. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am strength. I am a co-creator of my life. I forgive. I can do this. I am doing this. Life is exactly what it's supposed to be. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. Even if we don't understand it. Even if none of it makes sense. Something beautiful is happening. A higher level of consciousness on a collective level. The earth is healing. The ocean is healing. Air pollution is down. Maybe that's what all this is.
We fell asleep in one world and woke up in another. Suddenly, Disney is out of magic. Paris is no longer romantic. New York doesn't stand up anymore. The Chinese wall is no longer a fortress, and Mecca is empty. Hugs and kisses suddenly become weapons, and not visiting parents and friends become an act of love. Suddenly, you realize that power, beauty, and money are worthless and can't get you the oxygen you're fighting for. The world continues its life, and it is beautiful. It only puts human in cages. I think it's sending us a message. You are not necessary. The air, earth, water, and sky without you are fine. When you come back, remember that you are my guest, not my master's. So I thought that was relevant. Obviously, it's written about right now, but it's also Earth Day. Well, it's 420 today, which isn't Earth Day, but Earth Day is, I think, the 22nd this year. So, just remember there's always silver lining to everything, to every situation. And it's up to you to find it. It's up to you to find the good, right? Good, bad, indifferent. Doesn't matter. It's all how you're approaching it and how you're sharing it and spreading it. We have an obligation as yogis because we have a sense of awareness, a higher sense of consciousness, to be the change, to be part of the solution, to stand up and be true to ourselves, to our society, to our community, to our earth. So thank you, everybody. It was a great leading Kelly's class. It is Kelly's birthday today. If you want to wish her a happy birthday, that's why I taught for her. So I guess that's all. Thank you. And I always have to thank our teachers for bringing us this practice and giving us these tools to get through our journey here on earth. And, you know, thank yourself. You always give thanks to yourself for being here and showing up for you. Namaste. You're welcome, Katie.
Thank you, Jackie.
Welcome, guys. Kaylee, I'll be over in a little bit with your stuff.
Okay.
You want blue or yellow? Do you want to drink it or spray it?
Drink it.
Smoke it.
No. 420. No, sorry. Okay. Okay, this is on a recording. I can't use this video now. All right, bye, guys.
Namaste, Jackie.
Namaste.